Hello again there folks, Lone Adventurer here. Thanks very much for stumbling your way upon my channel and joining me for another adventure. Today is part 2 of my playthrough of Korg, Scars of Silvos. There'll be a link up in the corner of the screen to part 1 right about now, and there'll be a link down in the description below to my playlist of videos on the Korg universe if you want to see other games created in the series by Caleb at Dungeon Havoc. So with that said and done, we are going to open up to the location where our hero is at the moment, and that is Oak Run. So as a little reminder, in Oak Run we have already done some stuff. Have we done some stuff? We did, didn't we? We bought some equipment. I was hesitating because it looks like I didn't boost up my HP, which is on 14. And probably boosting up my HP was more important than buying some tools, I would argue. But that's okay because we've got 3 gold pieces left. Each gold piece allows us to boost. Did I do this and just forget to record it? Oh, I don't know now. Were we on 11? I'm not really sure. I can't remember. I only filmed it last night. Let's not worry about it. I'm going to spend my remaining gold. Each gold allows us to heal by 2. So that takes us back up to 20. Which is our max HP. And if I just spent my money twice on healing, it doesn't really matter because I feel like we were quite lucky in the last video anyway. Right, with that done, we need to think about quests. And I've had a little look over the quests, and I've already picked one, because the first 2 will take us to the Ruined Keep. And we went to the Ruined Keep in the original playthrough I did of Scars of Silvos. You can find that in the playlist. I released it during the Kickstarter campaign. Corpse Eaters takes us back to the Legion's tomb where we just came from. So I think we should go for this quest here, Lord of Swine. So I'm just going to write the quest name. A demon has been seen herding the orcs. Slay the threat, the swine herder. The swine herder is in D of the cursed estate on page 15. Right, so we've got the cursed estate and we've got space D. And then we've got some stats for the swine herder and we've got a reward if we are able to defeat them. So with that done, we can head out into the world. So we are here. And we are trying to get up to C, which is the cursed estate. So we're going to take a direct route. We'll go into this location here, which has a threat level of 4. So we're going to roll our d6 and add on 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. A call for help. You may ignore or roll d6. I think we can risk that. So on a 1 to 3, we'll help somebody and gain some gold. On a 4 to 6, we will encounter a harpy. 4, so we are encountering a harpy. Harpies have got an X value of 2, so we're trying to roll 3 or more to defeat the harpy. 2, we failed. Oh no. So we're taking 3 damage unless we use our shield. I think we will, because I don't like the idea of taking 3 damage. So we defend with our shield. The shield is damaged. I could have defended with Blackleaf's shield, which is the same thing, but we can regenerate it for a gold. But I've crossed it off now, so never mind. Onwards into the next location, which has got a threat level of 6. 5, that's 11, that's pretty big. So we are faced with, not far from our destination, a Thorn Cultist. X of 2. Damage to 1 gold piece if we defeat them. If damaged by the Thorn Cultist, there is a 3 in 6 chance we are poisoned. But we've only got to roll a 3 to defeat. 1. Okay, so we're taking 2 damage. I guess I used up all my luck in the first video. And if we roll a 1, 2 or a 3, we're also going to get poisoned. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we're also poisoned. It's not going so well. Poisoned is -1 to fight. That is probably the worst of the things. Now we do have a high potion, which I believe regains us 2d6 health and will clear a condition. But obviously I don't want to use that yet because we're on 18 health, and we want to use that when we've got more health to regain. And right now we are going into the Cursed Estate. Just give you a little close-up of the map. Each of the maps is very distinctive visually. Real care has been taken in every aspect of this game. And more of Caleb's fantastic incidental border art. The Silvos estate was once the jewel of Thornwood. During the family's reign, their estate was known for its stunning gardens and lavish balls. It is now a mouldy shadow of its former beauty. The gardens are overgrown and infested. The building is in terrible disrepair, and no one has seen the Silvos family in years. Now, instead of the sweet notes from their pipe organ, all that can be heard is a pig-like squealing. So I guess we're starting in A, which is the entrance, and we're trying to get to D over here. So we could go this way. There's a crumbling floor there, so there's a chance we'll fall through the floor, take some damage, and return to A. So we could go that way. That's the shortest route. Or we could go up through E, through F rather, E. Actually, maybe that's not much further. 3 spaces that way, 4 spaces that way. We might do that, just so we're seeing a bit more of the Cursed Estate. Anyway, we've got to roll for an encounter in the lobby. 6, adding 0, a chest. We may ignore or roll d6. On a 1 to 3 we'll find some gold, on a 4 to 6 it's a mimic. Obviously I'm doing it. Okay, rolling low has paid off on this occasion. We've opened the chest and found some gold. How much gold have we found? Oh, 2d6 gold. Brilliant. That was well worth it. 5. Could have been better. Alright. On to B, which looks to me like maybe sort of like a central hall, perhaps. 5. Blood Poppy. Some kind of enemy. With an X target of 3, so we're trying to roll 4 or more. It does 2 damage, 1 gold piece, and if we defeat it, there's a 3 in 6 chance it will drop a healing leaf. We could use the healing leaf to heal our poison status, but I've just been reminded of poisoned. I'd forgotten we had that. So we need to roll 5, I guess, 5 or 6, in order to defeat the Blood Poppy. And obviously we haven't. That's a shame. Okay, well hang on, so we haven't defeated it, so we've taken 2 damage, down to 16, so now we can flee, or we can try again, or we can try and flee, or we can try again. I'm going to try again. Oh, come on. Down to 14. Maybe I should leave the lid off my pen. Come on, 5 or 6. Ah, okay, we can't do this forever. I'm going to do one more time and then we'll try and flee, which is frustrating. Right, okay. So I think we need to flee this, use our high potion, and that will get rid of the poison status, which will give us more of a chance. Although I don't think we've rolled many times something that would have been successful. So fleeing, we've got to roll greater than 2 to escape, or else we'll take the damage and then we can have to do something else. 3. So we have successfully fleed out of B into area F. That was unfortunate. So I think we should use our high potion. I'll just double check how that works. All conditions are removed and you heal 2d6. Okay, here we go. Let's have a nice high number. 10. Okay, so that's taking us back up to full health. And we can remove the poisoned status. Everything is well with the world again, and our hero is ready to face whatever is in area F. 3 plus 2. It's the Blood Poppy again, but this time we're rolling 4 to succeed. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay, so that's down 2. Come on. 4, 5 or 6. 5. There we go. It's a 3 in 6 chance that it will drop a healing leaf. So that's on a 4, 5 or 6. And we rolled a 1. Okay, no healing leaf, but we do get 1 gold for defeating the blood poppy, taking us up to 6. Alright, going on into area E. 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Orc swine. So I guess this is what is doing the squealing, like some kind of orc pig thing. Alright, so we've just got to roll 3 or more to defeat. 6. 2 gold pieces, taking us up to 8. And then we're going to go into area D. And area D is where our final boss is. So we're going to switch back to the quest notes here. The Swine Herder, X4. Damage 4. Oh, that's quite brutal. 5 gold pieces. If we are damaged by the Swine Herder, we are burnt. Ooh. So we've got a shield, so we can avoid damage once. But that's it. We don't have a lot else going on for us right now. So we've just got to hope we roll a 5 or a 6 within the first 2 or 3 rolls. Otherwise, our character will fail. 5. Lucky, lucky, lucky. So we've defeated the Lord of Swine, the Swine Herder. We get 5 gold pieces, taking us up to 13. And we also get a pig sticker. A +1 to fight versus aberrations and beasts. And we cannot be burnt. That's a really nice weapon. So that's put us in a very decent position, actually. We've completed 2 quests. I think we need to make our way out of the cursed estate. I don't think I actually did that in the last location. I just got excited and immediately left, but I think have we got to backtrack? Oh, and I didn't spot the mould. The green stuff is scarlet mould. We should have taken an extra damage as a result of that. Never mind. Yeah, when moving through dungeon spaces you've already cleared of threats, roll d6. On a result of 3 or less, the space repopulates with a new threat. Well, we didn't actually clear the blood poppy out of that location, so maybe I need to face the blood poppy again if we were to go back that way. Maybe I should just go back the short way. So C, we have not yet cleared of threats, so we need to just treat it as a normal room. And this room has got scarlet mould in. And if we are damaged in a room with scarlet mould, we'll suffer +1 from all sources. So that is fairly sucky, and probably would have damaged us quite a bit more in B, but I didn't spot it. Ooh, 6, 10. What's 10? A werebore. So it does 2 damage. It's got an X value of 4. It even does damage if we defeat it. So I could try and run away, but it does give 3 gold pieces. We win on a 5 or a 6. We're going to have 1 gamble on it. 2. Alright, I'm going to avoid damage by using Blackleaf's shield. Do you know what? I'm going to have 1 more gamble. Oh, I shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. Alright, so that's 2 damage, taking us down to 16. And now we're going to try and run away. To run away, we need to roll 3 or more. Oh, failed. So we take damage. So that's another 2 damage, down to 14. Going to try and run away again. Okay, we succeed at running away, and we move into the next area. So this area has a crumbling floor. We're going to roll a d6, and if we roll a 1 or a 2, we take some damage. For goodness sake. So we fall through the floor, we take 2 damage, and we tumble out into area A. So we need to have 1 more encounter in area A. 3 plus nothing is 3. A loud collapse. It's a trap of a target of 4. We would take 2 damage, and we would immediately encounter an orc grunt. Now I feel like I haven't been particularly lucky here, but do I want to use my tools to avoid the trap? I've got a fair amount of gold actually, so we could buy more tools. I think I will. I'm going to use the tools to avoid the trap, and we are going to get out of the cursed estate. That was actually quite cursed. We were all right going in, but coming out was fairly difficult. So now we've got to decide where we're going to go to pick up our final quest. I think we are going to go back round to Lunara and get our final quest there. Or we could travel over the seas to Orgera, which would cost us 5 gold, but then we would get to look at a new map and do our final quest over in the new world. 6 plus 2 is 8. A Thorn Blight. X value of 2, so trying to roll 3 or more. 3, so we have succeeded. We don't get any gold from a Thorn Blight, so we're going to head down here. 5 plus 2 is 7. A Harpy. X value of 2, so we've got to get 3 or more to defeat the Harpy. And we have failed. We take 3 damage. Down to 9. We've taken a lot of damage. Keep on pushing on. 3 plus 0. A Poacher. X value of 2. 4. We have defeated the Poacher. If the Poacher is defeated, there's a 2 in 6 chance they drop tools. So they're going to drop tools on a 5 or a 6. 2, dropping no tools. Down into the next location, directly next to Lunaria. 3 gives us a Poacher again, another Poacher. There's a lot of them out, it seems. 3 defeated. Tools on a 5 or a 6. 1. Alright. Oh, we should have got a gold when we defeated the Poacher, so we should get 2 gold. Up to 15, and we have arrived in the city of Lunaria. Having got here, I think I've decided that for our final quest we're going to take on the thugs hiding in the Sinking Warrens. The Sinking Warrens are right next to Lunaria, so we won't have to do any more overland travel, and I'll be leaving the land of Orblum Isle for you to discover yourself if you manage to get a copy of the game. So that's what we're going to do, but first of all we need to do some healing. I want to go back up to... Do I want to go back up to max HP? I could spend 3 on 6 health. That takes me up to 15. What do we want? Well, I could also regenerate Blackleaf's shield, so we can use that. Again, that costs 1 gold. I think a high potion is good value for 6 gold. Removes all conditions and heals 2d6. I think that is an essential purchase. That would take us down to 5 gold. Do we want to get a sword? I'm assuming we can choose which weapon we are using at the start of combat. But we've got 5 items already. No, I haven't. Sorry, I've got 3 items, rather, because I haven't got tools and haven't got a shield. Do we just want some tools? It's not very exciting. Yeah, I think we'll just get some tools. I think we've been quite lucky in our dice rolls. So I imagine sometimes when you're playing it would be necessary to get some chain armour or plate armour or a sword. But it just feels like we've managed to sort of muddle on through without any of those more valuable items. But let me know in the comments below, have you found yourself, if you've played this game, have you found yourself reaching for those more expensive items, or have you got to the point where you're able to afford them or justify buying them? It would be interesting to know. So, we're on 15 health. We've got a few bits and pieces. Let's look at our final quest, if we succeed. Well, either way, it's going to be our final quest. It's called Deliverance. A merchant is hiding from local thugs. Rescue them. Travel to H of the Sinking Warrens. Once you enter that space, return to Lunaria. The merchant has 10 HP, and all damage you receive is dealt to them first. And if their health falls to 0, then we lose the quest. Can we use potions on them, I wonder? I don't see why not. Anywho, let's find our way to the Sinking Warrens. Lunaria never claimed any glory or riches during its costly war with Dunkirk. Without gold for infrastructure repairs, half the city has begun to sink into Merrow Bay due to erosion. Due to the instability, the Warrens have become a well of crime and desperation. King Korvos seeks to relocate people out of the Warrens and restore order. So the Warrens are actually part of the city of Lunaria that has started sinking into the bay and turned into this sort of crime-ridden area of islands and pockets of buildings. That's a fantastic idea for a dungeon location. So we're going in through A, and we're trying to get to H, which is miles away. Ooh, this one could be difficult. So area A, 6 plus 0, a hunting leech, x4. Oh my goodness, we get -1 when we attempt to flee it. Here we go, trying to roll a 5 or a 6. Oh, lucky. Right, so we're getting 2 gold, and we've defeated the hunting leech. On to area B. Smuggler, you can pay the smuggler 2 gold pieces to move to any other smuggler space. Oh, so we could go into C and get to F for 2 gold. So we either go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to F, or 1, 2, 3, 4. But we're going through a 0 location rather than a 2 and a 2. That might be worth it, actually. We'll go into B first. 3, a nimble thief. We've got an X value of 3, so trying to roll a 5 or more. Sorry, 4 or more. 4. So that is all good, and we're getting 3 gold. Then we are going to go over into C. Now we're feeling a bit more flush as well. 5, black mould. It's a trap, and we would take 2 damage and become poisoned. I think we're going to use our tools to avoid that trap. Mouldy trap. Then we're going to pay 2 gold to hire the smuggler, taking us down to 6 gold. And then we're into area F. 4 plus 4 is 8. A drowning soul. Okay, an X value of 3 if we have armor, which we don't. So an X value of 1. So we have overcome the drowning soul. We get 1 gold piece. Onwards into G. 8. Another drowning soul. Oh, we're using up all our good rolls now, aren't we? We're getting another gold. And then we're going into H. Remember, this is where our target is. 7. Flooded street. Oh, we've got a trap with an X value of 4, so we're trying to roll a 5 or a 6. 6. Super, super lucky. So if you remember, we now have the merchant with us. They have 10 HP, and we've just got to get them back to civilization. So I'll pop the merchant down here, and let's start the process of trying to get them back. Remember, any damage that occurs goes to the merchant. Down into G. 1 plus 6 is 7. A flooded street. Target number of 4. Oh, no, sorry, X value of 4. So we've got to try and get 5 or 6. We've got 4, which means that our poor merchant has taken 1 point of damage. Down into F. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the flooded street. Another flooded street. Oh, managed to avoid it this time. Brilliant. Now, do we pay the smuggler again? Which means we're going to be going back with very little gold. But actually, this is our last quest. And if we do this, then we've won the game. So I'm going to spend 2 gold. Oh, did I do an encounter for F? I didn't, did I? We need to do an encounter for F before we get the smuggler to take us onwards. 5, 9... A swarm of rats. Ooh, that's a failure. The rats have got an X value of 2, which means we need to roll 3 or more, and they do 3 damage. So that's taking the merchant down to 6. We can't flee from the swarm of rats, so we've just got to hope we get 3 or more. 1. So that's taking the merchant down to 3. If we roll a 1 or a 2 this time, it means the merchant is dead. 6. Okay, so we have fleed. We get 1 gold piece. We pay the smuggler to take us over to C. Rolling again. Oh, 6. What's that? A hunting leech. Oh, that's bad, right? Oh, we have got the shield, so I guess we could give our shield to old merchant if necessary. Hopefully we get a 5 or a 6 and we avoid the hunting leech. Defeat the hunting leech, and we do. That gets us 2 gold, up to 9. Over to area B. 3 gives us a nimble thief, trying to roll 4 or more. Oh, 3. That does 1 damage to the merchant, taking the merchant down to 2. If we're damaged by the nimble thief, we lose 1d6 gold. 1. That was lucky. Down to 8. We need to try and defeat the nimble thief again. 2. Ooh. Merchant going down to 1 HP. And we're losing another 1d6 gold. Oh, another 1 gold. Alright. Not the best thief in the world, but good at fighting. Here we go. We've got to try and get 4 or more to defeat the nimble thief. 6. Whew. Getting 3 gold. Up to 10. And we've got to go on to area A. 4. A scavenger. X value of 1. 5. So we've defeated the scavenger. We're rolling a 1d6. We might get something handy. 5. That gives us caltrops. Can't quite remember what caltrops do, but it doesn't matter because that means we've gotten back into the city, and getting back into the city means that we have completed the deliverance quest, and that is our 3rd quest defeated, and that means our adventurer can retire, having successfully adventured through the lands of Silvos and made the world a little bit better, and now they can retire to their patch of land. There you go, a rare lone adventurer playthrough where we get to the end and win the game. It's a little novelty for you there. Scars of Silvos, folks. What a lovely little game. Hope you enjoyed that. There'll be a link down in the description below to where you can potentially get yourself either a digital or a physical copy yourself. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of that playthrough and how you thought it went. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care and bye for now.